Okay, so students, today we'll be talking about the nervous system classification. It means how many types of different like nervous systems are there in our body and how they actually function. In 10 minutes, students, we are going to discuss all these types. Okay, so tune with me and let's have a quick look. So students, the first of all, broader classification, if we see in your nervous system, okay, then we can find out there will be two types of your human nervous system. Broadly, if we divide the human nervous system, student, these types are going to be the central nervous system that we call as CNS, and other is going to be, students, peripheral nervous system that we call as PNS. So students, in case of your central nervous system, what is going to be there? We will be having brain and spinal cord in case of central nervous system that we can see on your next slide. So this is going to be, students, the brain, okay, at the top, and the downside, this particular cord that we can see, this is going to be our spinal cord. Okay, so here this particular brain, okay, one of the very important organ that we also call is controlling and coordinating like body of our structure of our body. So student, these two things will be there in central nervous system. Okay, brain and the spinal cord that is going around with our backbone. So students, why we call this particular brain and spinal cord as our central nervous system? The answer is that because the main processing whatever be the messages are going to be analyzed, and the main processing of the messages that will be receiving from outside our surrounding, okay, and according to that the response will also be given, will be done here in the brain and the spinal cord. That's why these two are going to be the parts of central nervous system. Then students, we are having the peripheral nervous system that we in short form call as PNS. So if we talk about the peripheral nervous system, here we have two things. One, that is going to be nerves, whatever be the different types of nerves, the bundle of neurons going through all around our body and sending the messages from one part of the body to other. So these nerves are present in peripheral nervous system, as the name is suggesting, peripheral. It means it is scattered all around the boundary. And after that, student, we are having the ganglia. What is ganglia, student? It is going to be plural of ganglion. So student, this word you might have seen in the diversity in living organisms chapter, ganglion. Ganglion, students, is nothing but it is going to be a bunch of neurons. So many different neurons will be bunching together, will be concentrating together, and a kind of association is going to be formed that we call as ganglion. In lower organisms, these kind of ganglions are there, students, that act sometime as brain of their body. But in our case, we are having a highly developed structure brain there. That is also going to be a kind of, we can say, aggregation of neurons only. So you can simply say that whatever be the small bunches of neurons that are present in our body, okay, they are going to be ganglions, and its plural is ganglia. And along with that, nerves, they will be comprising this particular peripheral nervous system. So students, human nervous system will be having two parts, CNS and the PNS. CNS, brain and spinal cord, and PNS, your nerves and the ganglia. So nerves and the ganglion, students, you can see on this particular diagram. So here we are having these ganglions that are present, okay, and these are going to be, students, nerves, the wiry structures present all around our body that are made up of bundle of neurons. Now, if we talk about, students, the PNS, it can be divided in many parts on many bases. So the very first division of PNS, students, we are doing on the basis of function, what kind of function it does. So here peripheral nervous system, students, can be divided into two types. One, that is going to be somatic nervous system. Students, this particular part of nervous system is in our control, okay, is in our conscious control, you can say. So if we talk about, okay, this particular somatic nervous system, whatever be the things that we can do by our will, just like I can move my hand, I can move my leg. So these types of functions will be controlled by this part of PNS. Then we are having, students, autonomic nervous system. There will be many different types of activities in our body that we cannot control, just like heartbeat, breathing rate, etc. So they will be there in this particular part, that is autonomic nervous system. Then, students, autonomic nervous system also divides into two parts, sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Sympathetic will be dealing with the fight and flight situations where dangerous situations are going to be there, like raising in the heartbeat, okay, raising in the breathing rate. All these activities will be done by sympathetic, and parasympathetic will be acting in the calm and the digest normal conditions. So these are going to be, students, subtypes of your PNS, or you can say peripheral nervous system. After that, students, one more type of division we can do on the basis of direction of message nerves are taking of this particular PNS. Okay, so students, in PNS there will be three types of nerves or neurons, you can say. First of all, sensory neurons are there, that we call also as afferent neurons. Okay, spelling will be starting with A. These neurons carry message from sense organs, okay, sense organ, that is going to be eye, ear, nose, etc., okay, to the CNS. So these are going to be, students, the sensory neurons or the afferent neurons. Then we are having motor neurons. These particular neurons, students, or nerves, they will be carrying message from CNS after analyzation of the message, okay, for the response purpose to the muscles and the glands, or you can say the effector organs. Okay, muscles and glands, that are the effector organs. So these particular neurons or nerves are known as motor neurons or motor nerves, or afferent neuron, spelling will start with E. After that, students, we are having the interneurons. These interneurons will be connecting the motor neurons and the sensory neurons in the CNS. Okay, so this is going to be your association or the interneurons, the second type of classification based on the direction of the message of PNS. After the, student, the last and the final type of PNS classification will be based on the origin of nerves. So there are two types of nerve, students. One are cranial nerves, they arise from the brain. They are 12 in pair, 12 in the right side, 12 in the left side. And we are having, student, spinal nerves. Spinal nerves, they arise from the spinal cord, and they are in 31 pairs. It means 31 in the left side and 31 in the right side. Okay, students, so these are going to be different types of the we can say nervous system and the subtypes of their types. So hope this will be helping you. Let's meet in the next wonderful session with another topic.